Our second speaker tonight is Lauren Rathmell. Lauren is a founding member of Lufa Farms.
I studied biochemistry at McGill, and I kind of jumped into what has become my career at Lufa by founding this company with the goal of building a better food system with an emphasis on technology. Our vision is about changing the way the world eats and creating an ecologically and economically sustainable model for urban agriculture. We built the world's first commercial rooftop greenhouse. This is our Hunsik site. The first half of what we do is about growing. This is kind of the tenets of responsible agriculture that we follow, and a lot of it is unique to the industry. I mean, organic farming is not a new thing, but we're trying to come up with a model that's sort of a hybrid and integrating a lot of aspects of sustainability on all fronts. So responsible agriculture is not using any new land, so hence the rooftops. We're converting lost spaces or repurposing lost spaces for food production. At the same time, that's helping us save immensely on our energy. Responsible agriculture is polyculture. There's kind of two aspects to this. We grow many different crops. Kind of the core array is tomatoes, eggplants, cucumbers, peppers, and various types of greens. But we don't just grow tomatoes. We grow 15 plus different varieties of tomatoes, including heirlooms and specialty types. And the first reason that's important is for our customers. We're selling directly to customers, so we want to have a great variety and grow things that aren't grown commercially because they're more delicate or less productive. But the other is diversity from a cultivation perspective. So that's been really pivotal to our success in growing without pesticides, for example. This kind of gives you perspective of the inside of the sites. This is our Laval site where we grow tomatoes and eggplants. So responsible agriculture is also about water and resource management. Everything is hydroponic, meaning it's soilless. But what's really important is that we recirculate all of our water. Everything's captured and reused. It means we use a lot less water and resources to grow these plants, but it also prevents runoff that can contaminate waterways and runoff sites. Responsible agriculture is also about biocontrols. So biocontrols or biological controls are predatory or parasitic insects that can be used in place of pesticides. So we don't use any synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides in the greenhouses, but we do introduce things like these guys. Responsible agriculture is also about composting. All of our green waste is either composted on site at one of our greenhouses, or we work with partner facilities here in Quebec that take everything and compost it in big outdoor piles. And finally, and most importantly, I think, is responsible agriculture is about technology. There's a few different ways we're integrating technology in what we do, but across the board as a company, we're very much technology-focused, data-focused, science-focused. So this isn't farming like goats and tractors everywhere. We're really looking at distilling what we do from a plant science, cultivation, and logistics and operations perspective into data and science-based systems and processes. One way we're doing that is by implementing new technologies. So this is something we installed beginning of this year. These are vertical LED systems, or vertical systems using LEDs to grow greens, like you can see here. What that's enabled us to do is we took what was a one-tiered growing bench and replaced it with a six-tiered vertical system. So we've vastly increased our production capacity, and we're experimenting with LEDs as an alternate lighting system. We do a lot of software development internally. So this is a little screenshot of one of our apps that's still in development and kind of evolving. So this is our scouting app that we use to monitor insects in the greenhouse. Our team takes iPads and walks the rows of the greenhouse and logs all the data down about what pests they encounter where and at what densities. All that data is automatically populating these hotspot maps for us. So I can see while they're doing this, what's happening this week in terms of the pests in the greenhouse. And you can scan and see week by week the variations in the populations over time, if we're doing good or bad in controlling them. In addition, like the remote management of the farms is really important. Like I said, I'm sitting in my office and I can see the team at Laval, what data is being populated there and what's happening. So to be able to scale on a cultivation front, and manage many greenhouses with a centralized team. The software tools we're developing are really important. The other half of what we do as grower-gatherers is the gathering component. And we call it our local food engine. Rooftop farming and agriculture is the core of what we do. But there's kind of this whole other world of things that we've developed. The first component of that is our distribution model. We sell directly to customers through a weekly basket subscription program. This has evolved into really an online marketplace. So you need the tomatoes bright and early to pack in the baskets for the day. And they're harvesting everything to order for the day's baskets down to the cherry tomato for those orders. That means it's as fresh as possible. and also allows us to reduce waste. As much as possible, our partner farms are harvesting to order as well. This is in our warehouse that's actually below our first greenhouse. And they're receiving all these orders throughout the morning, all the fresh goods that are coming in the door. So to make sure everything's accurate and efficient and we can get the orders out the same day, we developed our own platform. So these are some things that we've encountered and are continuing to deal with and manage to be able to build this company. Finding sites and building rooftop greenhouses, not as easy as building a greenhouse on the ground, unfortunately. There's no set formula for how to reuse all your water in a hydroponic system or how to continuously manage pests and diseases. In a multi-crop polyculture system. The app has brought us a long way in how we can really more accurately and efficiently monitor pests, but we've developed a lot of strategies for each individual pest and crop to be able to succeed. And we faced a lot of serious challenges. So again, a lot of the tools have been developed and are continuing to evolve to make this a scalable model. Pioneering an industry, we're not the only ones. There are many facets to urban agriculture, but it's so unique, and it's so new and evolving at such a rapid pace, and I think that's a challenge we're facing in being one of those players, both in the urban agriculture world and the B2C, distributing directly to consumers through this e-commerce platform. That's very novel as well. We ship over 5,000 baskets a week now, as of last week, and but we grew. I mean, our first summer we were shipping like maybe a couple hundred, mostly full of eggplants, because that's what we had, and now we're a lot more stuff happening. We harvest 3 to 4 tons of vegetables from our 2 sites each week, just from our 2 greenhouses. We're a team of 50 and growing. We do have a 3rd planned in Montreal, hopefully underway by the end of this year. And all in all, we are on track for profitability in the coming months. So shows promise. Very firmly as a company, we really believe that the key to sustainability is financial independence. This is urban ag as a business. And we need to be profitable and scalable in that sense. And all along the while, maintaining kind of the tenets of responsible agriculture, both with us and the partners that we work with, from a food security perspective and sustainability, making sure we keep our footprint minimal and do this in a way that's not just economically viable, but environmentally so. And finally, and I think most importantly, is we're very open. We want to make sure addressing kind of the traceability aspect of food security. We can basically tag a name or names to each one of the products available on our marketplace. This is a quote from John Bennington, who's the former chief scientific advisor to the UK government. The challenge for global agriculture is to grow more food on not much more land, using less water, fertilizer, and pesticides than we've historically done. And I think that kind of sums it up, what our vision is and where we're headed.